Let's see how to install MX Linux using manual partitioning. So I'm now in the live session of MX Linux, and let's click on the installer. It's checking the installation media. We can change the keyboard settings. I'm not going to do that, so next. And if you want to use your entire disk for MX Linux, choose this option, regular install, using the entire disk. But this is not what we are going to do in this tutorial. We are going to choose this option, customize the disk layout. So let's click on next. And as you can see, I have several partitions here, and this is because this computer had Ubuntu installed on it, and I'm actually distro hopping. I want to save my home partition, but instead of Ubuntu, I now want to use MX Linux. So first we'll see how we can achieve that, and then we'll see what you can do if you're starting from scratch and you don't have any operating system installed on it, or at least you don't have another Linux system that you want to hop from. So let's try to understand what we have here. Here we can see our disk. We can see that this is a GPT disk, which basically means that this is the newer format. Almost all of the modern disks use the GPT format. We can see that its size is about 80 gigabytes, and here we can see the partitions inside this disk. So the first one is what's known as the ESP, or EFI system partition. This is more or less a table of content. It helps the system know where the rest of the partitions are located on the disk. We can see that its format is FAT32, and we can see that its size is about 1 gigabyte. Next one is the swap partition. Now, the necessity of the swap partition pretty much depends on the distro that you are using. Some distros, such as Debian, still recommend using a swap partition because it's simple and it just works. But other partitions, for example MX Linux and even Ubuntu, they rely more on a swap file and not so much on a swap partition. But the thing is that having a swap partition usually doesn't cause any harm. Worst case, you're going to allocate a little bit of disk space that the system is not really going to use, but no harm is going to be caused. The role of the swap partition is to give the system a little bit of headroom if it's running out of RAM memory. Especially if you plan to distro hop, I think that you should allocate some disk space for swap because, as I said, some distros do use it. The next partition that I have here is this one, SDI3. We can see that the format is ext4. This one is where the operating system itself is installed. Currently, Ubuntu is installed on this partition, and now we're going to install MX Linux on this one. And we can see that I allocated about 25 gigabytes for this partition. Its size needs to be anywhere from 20 to 100 gigabytes. If you use a lot of development tools, such as a lot of Docker containers, you might want to allocate more. And if you have a bigger disk, as I said, maybe even up to 100 gigabytes. The rest of the disk space is for the home partition, and this is where you're actually going to store your files. This can be your documents, your video files, your music, everything else. And we can see that the format for this partition is ext4 as well. Now, if I want to distro hop, I want to save all of my files and only switch from Ubuntu to MX Linux, then this is what I need to do. First, let me click here where it says Show Advanced Fields. And as I said, the first partition, SDA, this is going to be our ESP. It's already the ESP or the EFI system partition, and it's going to stay this way. So use for, I'm going to choose ESP. And now for format, I'm going to choose this option, Preserve FAT32. And you see this keyword, preserve, it means that the partition will not be reformatted. It's going to save what it has there. It's not going to reinstall everything, and this is fine because I don't really need to reinstall my ESP partition. What about the swap partition? So use for, this is going to be swap, this option. And once again, I don't really need to reformat this partition. So for its format, I'm going to choose preserve because I don't need to reformat it. The third partition I have here, this is the actual partition where MX Linux is going to be installed. This is the area that we want MX Linux to reside in. So use for, here I'm going to choose this, / or root. And I don't want to preserve this partition. I want to reinstall it so that I have a new operating system. So as you can see, I have the option to preserve. I'm not going to choose it. I am going to choose ext4. And this is what's going to tell the system to reinstall this partition so it can install MX Linux. And the last partition, this is going to be our home partition. So this is what we need to choose, / home. But as I said, I want to save my files. I don't want to reinstall everything and lose all of my data. And this is why for its format, I am going to choose preserve ext4, and this way all of the user files that I currently have on my Ubuntu system will be usable in MX Linux. So make sure that this one is preserved as well. So as you can see, the only partition that we're actually going to format is this one. This is the root partition, and this is where MX Linux will actually be installed. So we can click on next, and we can see that this partition, and this partition, they are going to be reused, no reformat. But this partition, this one is going to be formatted, and it's going to be used as our root partition. Then we can simply click on start and it will start the installation. But I'm actually going to go back and see how we can achieve the same thing from scratch. Now, the easiest way, in my opinion, to do it on MX Linux is to click here, and this will open gparted. So let's click on this icon, and here we can see gparted. So as I said, I want to start from scratch, and this is why first I'm going to delete all of the partitions we have. So let's choose this one, and let's delete it. Let's choose the next one, and let's delete it. Then this one, and let's delete this one as well, and also this one, and also delete it. And now we only have unallocated space on our disk. Now we're going to create our partitions one by one. So to create a new partition, you can click here on the plus icon. And by the way, I didn't say that, but if you cannot click on the plus icon, you might not have a partition table yet on this disk. So if you don't have it, what you need to do is choose the disk itself, then click on device, then create partition table. And this will create a new partition table on the disk. But I have pending operations, so I cannot do it here. So let me quickly go back. Let me undo all of my operations. So let's click here. Okay, now we are back in the state we started in. We don't have any pending operations. So now I can make sure that the correct disk is the selected one. As you can see, it's SDA. Then I can click on device and create partition table. And we get this warning that this will erase all of the data on the disk. Of course, this is a sensitive operation, and if you have important data on this disk, this can lead to data loss. So this is the disclaimer, but I want to do that. I want to create a new partition table on this disk, so we're going to go ahead and do that. The partition table type is going to be GPT. As I said, this is what almost all of the modern systems use. So GPT and apply. And now we only have unallocated space. So let's start by creating the first partition. And this is going to be our ESP or EFI system partition. Its size is going to be about 1000 megabytes. And the file system for this partition is going to be FAT32. Let's add this partition. Now, we could create a swap partition just like I had before, but as I said, MX Linux doesn't really encourage using a swap partition. It pretty much moved on to a swap file. So you can allocate a swap partition if you want, and if you wanted to do that, what you would do is create another partition, choose the disk space that you want to allocate for swap, for example, 2 gigabytes, and for the file system, you would choose Linux swap. And then you can create this partition, but as I said, I'm not going to create a swap partition for this installation of MX Linux. So let's delete this partition, and now let's move on to actually creating the real important partitions. So let's start with a root partition. Now, as I said, you can only use one big partition for everything. If you want to do that, you're going to allocate all of the remaining disk space for this partition. The file system for this partition needs to be ext4, so we don't need to change anything and just click on add. And this partition was now created. And as you can see, following this scheme, we only have two partitions. EFI system partition, this is the small one, and we have this big partition for the root, which is also going to serve as home. So it's going to serve as both root and home. And this is completely valid. This works. If you don't really plan to distro hop, go with this scheme. It works great. But I do want to show you how to create a separate home partition and a separate root partition, because it does keep things a bit more separated, and it makes it much easier to distro hop if you decide to do that down the road. So let me resize this partition, so I can right click on it and choose resize or move. And instead of 80,000 megabytes, let's say that I'll only allocate to it 25 gigabytes, and let's resize. And now we have quite a lot of unallocated disk space, and this is what we're going to use for our home partition. So let's create the new partition. So once again, I'm going to click on the plus icon. And for this partition, we are going to allocate the rest of the disk space. The file system is going to be ext4, and let's add this partition. And let's write the changes. Let's write this updated partition table to the disk. So we need to click here on the checkmark icon, apply all operations. and let's approve, so apply, and the changes were written to the disk. So let's close, and now I need to right click on this partition. As you probably remember, this is our ESP partition, so I'm going to right click on it and choose Manage Flags, and I'm going to choose ESP. And as you can see, also the boot flag was checked automatically, and let's close, and we are done with gparted. So let's close it, and we are back in the MX Linux installer, and we can see the updated partition table. All we need to do here is define the use for each of these partitions. So this one is going to be used as ESP. So use is going to be ESP. This one, the second one, this is going to be our root partition. So use for this partition is going to be root or /. And the third one, this is going to be our home partition. So the use for this partition is going to be home. And make sure that the values for pass are exactly what you see here. This is done by default, but make sure that you don't change it. The ESP needs to be 0, this one, the root partition, needs to be 1, and the home partition needs to be 2. So this is fine, I'm not going to change it. Let's now click on Next, then we can click on Start. And the system is now being installed. I am going to leave this checkbox checked, Install Grub. So let's click on Next. It's going to create a swap file for us, and this is the location for the swap file. I'm going to leave it at a default size of about 200 gigabytes. This is fine. So let's click on Next. We need to choose a computer name. I'll just go with MX. The computer domain, I don't think that it does anything, but we need to write here something. So you can either leave the default example domain, or I'm just going to write here NA for not available. And let's click on Next. And here I'm just going to stay with the default values for the locale, the time zone, and so on. So Next. We now need to create our user account. I don't want to create a root account. This user is going to belong to the sudo group. So we can use sudo whenever needed, and this is why I don't want to create a root account. Let's check this for auto login, and Next. And it's finishing up the installation, and it's done. I'm going to leave this checkbox checked for automatically reboot the system, and let's finish. And the computer will now restart, and MX Linux is installed. If we now open our disk manager, here it is, we need to type in the password, and we can see our 3 partitions. Here is the root partition, and we can see its size, and here is the home partition, and we can see that it is much bigger. So what we configured during the installation is what we currently have now.